Welcome back to Good Fruit Investors. For those of you that are new to this channel, just know that you're going to find a lot more personal finance related content that's going to come out here, all about how to invest, which kinds of investments are backed by research, what are financial advisors doing, what are they charging for, how do you avoid those charges, how do you spend your time on other things and not put as much time into the types of things that you have to do in regards to your own finances. How do you find the simplest and easiest way to be able to maximize that potential as a working professional? Those are questions that I challenged myself with when I first started to do investing. And one of the reasons why I started Good Fruit Investors, I felt that there were a lot of gaps in that space, that there were, financial advisors that were wanting to charge me 2% for those investments. And when you have a large enough of a resource, that percentage really plays a huge amount on how much you have to expense, as well as, just being able to see what, people are doing when they invest on their own independently. What is the research showing on how successful they are compared to someone like a financial advisor? Or what about index funds? All of these questions are things that I really had to dig deep with. And so that's really what Good Fruit Investors is all about. And you can see here that we've actually been able to develop a few courses around this. And so since we started just a couple years ago, we have these courses actually running right now. We used to run them as a cohort and spending a lot more time being able to do the courses together. And so I would have a cohort of, say, 5 people, 3 people, 10 people, whatever it is. And we would run through the course and we would be able to talk about the different types of content as we were doing it. And so that was beneficial for some, but then different people would fall off during the course because they just had different types of priorities, or maybe they could only devote a couple weeks, or maybe they had some time off, so they were able to spend a few hours just being able to dig into the content. So what we decided to do differently was to be able to still have a space where people are able to discuss the different course modules that they're working through. So we have still in the community a space where they can have those discussions. But instead what we did was we put the course to have the option of being on demand. So people could, go through a few modules. Let's say they go through 3, 4, 5 modules. They don't really have a ton of questions. Maybe they're not going to jump into one of the live discussions. But once you start getting into some of the content where you just say, you know what, I have some questions to ask Aaron, or, there's some things that I need to be able to see what his thoughts are on a different type of investment that I'm able to, learn through another means, that kind of stuff. Those are the kinds of things that we can do in that community space and be able to have those discussions. So if you're fairly new to Good Fruit Investors, this is a good time to get in. You might be saying, well, why isn't there a lot of videos? For those of you guys that have been around, you know that I've had twins recently. I had to renovate my house to be able to turn it into a rental and actually move and do all of these things at the same time. Well, the babies are on a good sleep schedule. Everything is starting to work itself out where I'm able to put more time to this. And so now is a good time to be able to get into all of this stuff. There's going to be more videos that are going to be pumping out. So definitely check that out. As well, if you're wanting to get into some of the community discussions, we do have that option. Just go to goodfruitinvestors.com. If you have some questions, you want to find out a little bit more about us, on the website, you can book a discovery call. Whatever the case is, we're just so happy that you were here. We're so happy that you're watching this video, that you're finding out what's going on at Good Fruit Investors. And we're wanting to enjoy this time just pumping out more content. So we look forward to seeing you guys in the next videos that we have coming out.